Lily, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Yeah, you had a good day at school.
Yeah.
So you're looking very smart in your uniform. I think maybe I should have put a tie on as well, maybe a little shirt, just to just to look as nice as you do. So congratulations on winning the competition.
Thank you.
Big round of applause. I absolutely loved your entry. Thank you so much for entering.
Thanks.
Did you enjoy writing it?
Yes, I did.
What did you enjoy about writing it?
I've been watching his series on Netflix for a couple of years now, and I just like all the things about him.
Oh, and it's a really good series as well, isn't it? So Death in Paradise, and we're talking about Ben Miller, who's the actor, who's very funny. What do you like most about watching Death in Paradise?
I like how his stubbornness, but his love of solving murders, and that he's right all the time, but he's always stubborn.
I think that's a lovely reason to like him. And also, I like watching it sometimes because it's set somewhere warm, and it hasn't been very warm here, has it? So when you were thinking about your questions, were you thinking about what you could do to make him maybe say something he hasn't said before? Because they were very good questions.
Thank you. All I've done is a lot of research to just go into the bits that they haven't talked a lot about on the show and that, and just seeing.
So do you like writing? Do you like storytelling and writing?
I like writing about things that I like, or about things that have happened.
So do you like writing about real things?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you could be a news reporter.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's probably too early to say what you want to do, but do you think maybe you'd quite like to do something with words one day? Maybe?
I'm not too sure what I want to be, but I do like writing. Yeah.
Well, the good thing about writing is that you can do anything. You can be a doctor or an astronaut, and then you can still write in your spare time, can't you?
Yeah.
So I was so impressed with what you did, and everybody was who read it. We had some really great entries, but yours was just so well put together. I absolutely loved reading it. As soon as I read it, I put it to one side and I went, I think we might have a winner here, which is very exciting. So well done, because there were lots of entries from your school. So it was a lot of competition and also from elsewhere. So I was so impressed, I thought I'd see if I could get in touch with Ben Miller. And I did. And he has read your entry. And he thought it was brilliant. What do you think about that?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So he knows all about you, Lily. He thinks you're a really, really good writer. And I said to him, through his agent, who was very excited about you as well and what you'd written, I said, do you think Ben would want to answer the questions? And so we asked him, and he has. What do you think about that?
That's cool.
It's so cool, isn't it? It basically is the coolest thing that's happened in a long time. So I am going to read you his answers. And then once I've read them to you, I will send them over to you so you've got them. But I think it's very exciting that Ben Miller is actually now probably a bigger fan of Lily than you are of him. I think we flipped it somehow. So let's see. So let's have a look at your first question, which was, I loved this question. I thought this was genius. Which was, I understand you studied for a PhD in physics at Cambridge, but gave it all up to pursue your career in comedy. I do physics lessons myself. Did you find it a bit boring and not funny enough for you? And well, isn't that a great question? And so Ben said, actually, I still love physics. I write children's books, and my second book, called The Boy Who Made the World Disappear is about a boy who goes to a party, and instead of a balloon, he gets given a black hole on a piece of string. That's the kind of physics I love, stuff about stars, galaxies, and black holes.
I do have 4 of his books. I've recently bought them.
I should tell him that. I think he'd love that. And then probably what he'd say to me is, I really would love 4 of Lily's books. So I think maybe you should start writing some books. What do you think? Okay, so you had your second question, which was a lot of fun. So your question was, you investigated a lot of murders on the show Death in Paradise. My favorite was An Unhelpful Aid, where you solved the murder from your sick bed. Which was your favorite episode? And Ben said to Lily, just to Lily, my favorite is the episode A Stormy Occurrence, where the island of St. Marie, excuse me, has a hurricane warning. My character Richard keeps saying he doesn't know why everyone is so worked up about a bit of rain. Then the storm arrives and he can't believe how ferocious it is. He and the other policemen and women have to spend the night on a university campus, which was very funny.
I've seen that.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, he tried going out with the electric thing and he cut the side of his head.
Oh my God. So that was silly. So actually, would you agree that's one of the funnier episodes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will let him know that. And then your third question, which may have been my favorite, was you made a friend on the show called Harry. Have you seen Harry since you left the show? Now, Lily, I didn't know who Harry was. This was a lot of fun to read. So Ben said, yes, Harry and I still hang out. He's a bit starry these days. He goes to red carpet events and has lots of celebrity friends. I think he's close with a couple of other Harrys, Prince Harry and Harry Styles. For anyone who isn't sure, we are talking about Harry, who played the lizard in Death in Paradise. So he and Harry are big buds.
That's cool.
There you go. So what do you think about that?
That's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
That's good. What does your mum think?
He said it's really brilliant.
It's brilliant, isn't it? It was so good of Ben to do that. He was just really excited to hear what you'd been up to, and it was just such an intelligent piece. And I think that's why basically you put me to shame. I don't think I could have interviewed him as well as you did. So well done. So hopefully this will inspire you to go on and do some more writing. And we'll probably put some of that up on the website, maybe in the paper, so you can be famous in Leigh and Southend for a little bit. People can ask your autograph. So what other subjects do you like to do, Lily?
I like PE and maths.
Ah, okay. Do you think you might end up studying physics, just like Ben?
Probably not. I'm not good at it.
No, that's quite difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So you probably haven't been back at school too long, but are you enjoying being back with your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a weird year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, hopefully you had a bit of fun in the competition. And I don't know if you've got one, but there's a book on its way to you. This is my battered up old copy. So hopefully you'll get one in the, yes, you won't get all the post-it notes. It's a nice fresh one that nobody's looked at. And if you ever get around to reading it, you can email me and let me know what you think. And if you ever need any advice about writing, or you fancy having a chat with a writer, you could always come and find me. Now you know how to get hold of me. But I was really, really impressed. You did such a great job.
Okay, thank you. I've got a few questions for you.
Excellent, I'm ready. Yeah.
You are a great role model for girls. What one piece of advice would you give me for starting out in my career?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. That is a very nice compliment. So you're immediately my favorite person in the world. I would say I think it's quite simple. I think you just have to believe in yourself. So you have to be confident in your abilities, and you really have to believe in yourself. So once you've done all your studying and all the things that you have to do to pass your exams, and you know, the light's gone out. This is such a big subject, but once you've done everything you need to do, I think you really have to just believe that you've got the ability to do what you want to do, because you can do. And I didn't come from a background where anybody in my family wrote, and it was something that I wanted to do, and nobody in my family did it. Nobody knew anybody that did it, but I had a belief, and I started writing from a young age, younger than you actually. I was really, really young when I started writing, and I just believed in myself, and it was something I wanted to do, so I worked towards it. And I was lucky, I had supportive parents, and I'm sure you have too. So it's all about that inner belief. So you just always remember that you're good enough.
Okay, I know doing research on people before you interview them helps to find the gaps of information that no one else has asked. Have you ever asked a question that you've regretted, and why?
That's good. That's tricky, Lily. I think you might make a journalist after all. Sometimes I've had to ask people, very famous people, questions I haven't really wanted to ask, but that my editor has asked me to ask them. And then sometimes it's been about things that kind of subjects that are a little bit icky, that I haven't really wanted to discuss. So usually what I do is I blame my editor, and I say, I don't want to ask you this question, but my editor says I have to. So that's a great way of getting out of asking a question that might be a bit awkward. But not really. It's I think if you ask a question in a nice way, and you're a person that is obviously trying to do a good job and obviously not trying to trick anybody, you know, if you're very authentic in yourself and you just are yourself, most people will be happy to answer your questions. And if they're not happy, one of two things will happen. Either they will say, I don't want to discuss that, and in which case you just move on, or they have a publicist or an agent who jumps into the picture and just says, my client isn't answering that, and then you go, okay, and then you move on to the next thing. But usually I like to have do interviews that people enjoy. That's one of my main goals in life, is that they enjoy it and I enjoy it. So that hasn't really happened very often. That's a really good question.
You have worked in London and Los Angeles and with a number of celebrities, and now you're talking to school children. Why is it important to you to share your knowledge and experience with kids like me?
Well, because you're the future, Lily. You're the next generation. It's all on you. I'm old now. I can just go and lie down and sleep for 100 years. So I'm done. I'm tired. But it is important because I've learned lots of things in my career. And I wrote the book because I thought I may have some interesting advice that people might want to read. And I say in the book that this is one way of doing the job. It's not the only way. It's just the way I've done it. And I think it's important to speak to people like you to encourage you to carry on being as brilliant as you are. And also just to spread the word, really, that you know, this is a good career to have and you can have lots of adventures doing it.
Thank you. That's it.
Oh, I feel like I'm under a spotlight. Am I sweating? I feel like I am. I feel like I need to go and calm down. Those are brilliant questions. You really are very good at this. It's quite worrying. I feel like I might be out of a job very soon. So what are you doing for the rest of the day? Have you got any plans to now go and do something fun, or have you got homework?
It's my dad's birthday tomorrow, so I'm sorting out his presents.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me what it is?
I've made a little box for him with little bits he likes and a book of different things.
Oh, how lovely. That's lovely. Well, happy birthday to your dad. So he's definitely worth spoiling. And if there's anything else you ever want to talk to me about, please, please, please get in touch with me. And maybe at some point when we're through this crazy period with COVID, maybe I can come and see you at school, maybe talk to you and some of your classmates.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you can come and talk to them. I'll just sit next to you while you tell them how to do this job, because you're really good at it.
Thank you.
So we're going to put you in the paper with Ben, and I'll send you Ben's answers so that you can frame them or something, put them in a box, maybe one of your own boxes. And hopefully you've enjoyed the competition, and it's been really good fun reading everything. You did a brilliant job. You were so good. So thank you so much, Lily.
Thank you.
Mark, is your mum still there? Your mum doesn't want to get in the picture, does she? Do you not want to be on the Leigh Times? Hello. I think that's all. It's been really lovely meeting you. You're such a wonderful person, Lily, and I'm really, really happy that you won.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to her. It's I'm sure she really appreciates. She's very excited about this all week, so thank you so much.
Oh, Lily, me too. I feel like I'm meeting a superstar here, so this is great. This is so great. Okay, well, have a lovely evening and enjoy wrapping up your dad's present, and maybe I'll see you in person one day. That would be absolutely delightful.